I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. If you looking for me, you know what.
It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports with Division.
And we are underway here in Las Vegas. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. So the Raiders backed up here to begin their first drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week. 2
touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. It'll be Jones himself on the option. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Jones. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And the defense has got it. Oh, a nightmare start offensively. This will be a touchdown. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
Now the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all. And if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
It was Raekwon Davis with the tackle. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch, and that one wound up in the end zone.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win, like a good pitcher, without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get the ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Perez. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Open man is Quinn, able to connect. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 24 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just scared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Blankenship's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defense is awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Throwing Jones. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinyon, to punt this one away. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On second down now. It's Hunt, a broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
It leads to second and 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He finds his man complete. It's Perez. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39.
They sure put the coverage guys into stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. There's the stiff arm. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. They'll set up to throw. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Blankenship's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully they'll be kicking extra points instead.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to
so
something
well.
else. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Another try after the first down sack. Jones got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
And that'll set him back 5.
Still third down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Back to throw. Jones. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Here's Bradley Pinyon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Quinn. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a 1st down as he stopped at the 48. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
It's now 2nd and 6.
Second down, Jacobs once more. Oh, he bowls over him.
Well, partners, my old man used to say, make sure you strap up tight if you're going to try to stop one of those big horses out there. As you just saw there, this guy does not go down easily.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop. Throwing on 2nd down. Jones. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, Jones. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The punt team on now as Pinyon sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Chargers to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bears, and they lead things here as well as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. Now a shotgun handoff to Punter, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5. 1st down, Chargers.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, What's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. They'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Here's Jack Fox now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Jones. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Jones now on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinyon now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. He'll look to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So out come the Raiders. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Jennings. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brings up second and 7 at the 28-yard line.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
A carry here for Hunt. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards remain on second down.
On gain of 5, brings up second and 5.
Now a give here to Pollard. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. The Chargers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both lost. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Bradley Pinyon now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Running right through him. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully. They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back.
Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And the Raider offense heading back for one final first half drive. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
At the 18-yard line, a gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, an afternoon to remember, 4 touchdown runs. From there, we're off to check out another game. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson with 3 touchdown passes. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats for the Chargers in that first half. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, in the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Cleveland Farrell able to record his 5th sack of the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game, because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Back to throw again. Open man is Quinn, able to connect. And he is going to have the Chargers' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A short throw to Ingram. And he's got this down to the 35.
Complete to Ingram. A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Los Angeles.
They'll run on 1st down. Punt. Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the draw, it's Pollard. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple of yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Throwing, Jones. Completes it to Jennings. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jones. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. From the gun, Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Carl Lawson, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Bradley Pinyon now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And did he get in? No. They'll mark him down at the 1-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And really, you can't have a better situation than this. 1st and goal at the 1. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
One more time with Jacobs. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Jones. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. A gigantic sack on 3rd and goal. A loss of 12.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
A 38-yard attempt.
McCann's kick is good.
And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce.
Always. L.A. set to take over again on offense.
And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
2nd and 9 now.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
And Ingram hauls it in. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On 1st down, it's Hunt, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
Third and 20, and no surprise the defense in the dime. They'll set up to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Cleveland Farrell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Second and 10. At the 30.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones. And Waller taking it in over the middle. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Looking to throw. Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Here's Bradley Pinyon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Come on now, let's go! First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
On second down, right back to Hunt.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second and 5.
And the Raiders have got him. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finds his tight end, Ingram. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Throwing to start the drive, Jones.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Back to throw. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. Can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking to throw. Jones. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Bradley Pinyon now as he's on to punt for Vegas. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Evan Ingram works his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. And a bounce back here for him after a slow start. And sometimes that's how it goes with tight ends. Those catches in their games, they can go in waves at that position.
And you get so locked into stopping them that you think, okay, hey, look at that. We've held them down. And the best ones, you really don't hold down for an entire game. They're going to get their catches. Your job is to keep them from being big-time catches that break you down totally.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Hunt. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
And the Chargers 1st down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. That catch good for only a couple.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put
there. Didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
Right now.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Rodrigo Blankenship with an important one. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind it.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Here's 2nd and 10. Jones now will run it, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Jones. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Here's Bradley Pinyon now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. L.A. readies for its next possession. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Quinn. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 34. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And they will take a knee here. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Hunt. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Chargers, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.